Hey everyone, it's Matt here, the TokuDragon, which by the way, doing that a little bit less gravelly because it hurts my throat, and when it comes to videos and whatnot, you kind of need to use my throat for them. So, point is though, is that it is the spooky month, even though we have the lights on, because some breaking Ultraman news came out just 2 days ago, and yesterday we did a video on it on this very channel. Definitely check that out if you want to hear some of that news. But also what dropped, I believe, a couple days ago actually, was this Kamen Rider Black Sun trailer, and I wanted to talk about it. I set up the whole setup, very elaborate setup, to actually film, and all of a sudden I realized that even though I could swear people on Twitter were talking about that it was English subbed, it was not. It was a new trailer released on the Amazon Prime Japan channel. Now in this case though, Toei Tokusatsu World Official does have an official version up, and it is subtitled, so we're going to be taking a look at that trailer today. In fact, we're going to be taking a look at it right now. Sorry, I didn't do the voice right. It's right now. If you remember the bumpers back in the day. All the 50th anniversary of Kamen Rider, of course, 50 years after the humans and Kaijin began coexisting. The Kaijin have been oppressed. Kaijin are as human as I am. Okay, human and Kaijin continue to clash. And if you remember my thoughts last time we did a reaction to a trailer, it was the fact that I didn't know if they were going to be handling the material right. And 50 years ago, that would be the 70s, to be fair, and not the 60s. A man confined for 50 years. This is interesting. They're going a very, very different route. We already knew this from the other trailers, but the time for these two men to act is now. Huh. Wait, are they... Oh, are they going to be... Huh. This is interesting. I thought they were going to go the X-Men route, like with Charles Xavier and... Oh, so is this going to be a little bit like, nice. I can't remember that movie. Area 8? Was that the film? Oh, I was not expecting a copyright strike, or a double one, because it's music now. That's great. Let me lower this. I'm loving, by the way, the suits so much. Okay. Huh. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. I don't know. Like, I guess they're going with the revolutionary route, and then they're going to fight each other for some reason. Again, I mentioned X-Men because of Magneto and Charles Xavier being both wanting arguably the same thing, at least in the films, being portrayed as wanting the same thing, being diametrically opposed in how they want to go about it. And when I say same thing, again, I'm referring to good times for the mutants, in this case the Kaijin. But when they say 50 years ago, I mean, again, 50 years is because it's the anniversary of Kamen Rider, but it made me think of segregation in the 60s, and I was just like, so the civil rights movement. So I don't know if that's also what they're trying to go for. Obviously, when it comes to the Century King stuff, they're going to be moving way far away from that. So I wonder if the trailers are just kind of showing the backdrop, but won't actually what will really be represented in the film, which if so, again, that can be good and bad, because you could arguably say that, hey, why wouldn't this be focused on more? And they should be focused on more, not just, don't use civil rights as just a backdrop, which I do get that, especially when, it's fictional. But at the same time, though, because it's a narrative, usually narratives are going to show that there's a both sidesism to it just to move the story forward, and because of that, I definitely don't want to see that shit. So maybe using it as a backdrop and just kind of focusing more on the Century King stuff. It would honestly, though, be a little bit worrisome if they go the route of, oh, it's a secret shadow organization of only a few people controlling it, the elites. I really fucking hope they don't go that route. Again, it's something that it doesn't, it's one of those things where it's something that Kamen Rider does all the fucking time, to be fair, with, but usually it's the kaiju that are the bad guys. So in this case, making it like, no, the secret group is actually taking the kaiju and putting them against the humans, and humans can turn into kaiju, so they're all gonna, come together against this evil elite group of only a few people. I mean, if they try to go the corporate route, I think that'll work. But even then, that can still be a little dicey when we're trying to make a more realistic approach to Kamen Rider. So I'm somehow both less and more worried. So that's fucking great. I want to hear your thoughts though down below in the comment section. If you're excited about this, if you're not excited about this, what I am excited about, just going back just a bit, is that this is coming out in late October. So I could have a review of this out by late October, early November. Now, again, I could. I'm not saying that I will, but I could. So that will be very interesting to see. The film itself, and also if I can have a review of it in a timely fashion. But either way, though, I'm just as hyped for it as I am not. It's really, again, it's not the subject matter. It's just how they potentially will handle it, whether or not it'll be good or bad. So either way, though, we will be talking about that when we see it, and I want to hear your thoughts on all of this stuff respectfully down in the comment section down below. So either way, though, thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you like the video, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you don't like the video, you can still like and subscribe either way. I won't judge you for it. Love you all. Take care, and tune in next time. So I'll see ya.